This is for all empaths and neurodivergent people, the different ones that don't always fit in, are energetically super aware and sensitive to what's going on around you. I would like to invite you to join me on this little midday check-in and meditation process that I do, I wouldn't say every day, but very, very often. And I know when to do it because my body gets too loud, my psychic space gets very noisy. And it has really changed the way I show up in my life and how the rest of my day would usually go. A lot of times we don't realize when we're engaging with the world, when we're, just breathing, living, creating, engaging, interacting, we also tap into a lot of energetics of what's going on for everybody, for everything that's involved and is part of the process. So I find it so nurturing for myself to take a little break right in the middle of the day, right when actually I feel like I cannot because I have so much to do. Look at what it would or what it could contribute to you if you actually allowed yourself to take a break for a moment over there and tune in a little bit. Because when we're living our life in our everyday ways, a lot of our attention is projected outwards. And we don't always acknowledge or look at or be with what might be going on within. And when you're willing to be with what is in your space in a given moment, there's a lot of interesting things that you can discover about that. You might also even discover that a lot of things that you were holding on to, maybe avoiding, maybe resisting, may not even be even yours. They might just be an awareness of something. And when they go unquestioned, what occurs is that we start living in reaction to stuff that we're aware of, rather than be in the presence of what is with us, what our priorities are, what we would like to create, and how we would like to show up. So usually when I start my midday meditation, I start with a little bit of moving my body. I love stretching in my afternoon. So I did that right before this. I was actually foam rolling a little bit. Really just, if you haven't already, this is really a cool way to practice just expanding your body. If you have a foam roller, and if you don't have a foam roller, maybe just roll up a towel so it's like thick and sturdy. Maybe a couple of towels if that's what's required, but lie down on it, like have your spine be horizontal on it and open your arms out. Just let some space open up in your chest. And this little stretch, this little exercise, it's less of a doing exercise, more of a being and relaxing and letting go exercise. Really starts opening up your space and starts to relax your nervous system a little bit. Because when we're living in a super reactive way, like most of us end up being, and we don't even realize, and sometimes maybe we do, but when we're living a lot in that reactive way, we don't realize how little are we engaging with the aspect of our nervous system which is related to and is associated with relaxing and resting and digesting, which is so important for the overall health of our body, of our psychic space, of our being in totality. And so anyways, now having said all that and set that premise for you, what I invite you to is to just check in for a moment and look at, where are you breathing from? You do not need to change your breath at all. Just pay attention to where is that breath coming from. How deep into your torso are you allowing yourself to breathe into? A lot of times when I'm super in my head space, or doing something that cognitively engages me and my energy, I find myself breathing top heavy. Basically, to speak, chest and up, like a shallow breath. So notice what you notice about where you're breathing from. And notice what occurs just as you bring your attention to your breathing. And see if you can start to breathe a little deeper than that. Allowing your ribs to expand. Allowing the inflow of your breath to push the diaphragm and almost giving your organs a little massage. Inviting yourself to allow your body to guide you to this moment in the present that we are in right now. From here, I also start paying attention to, and I invite you to start looking at, is there anything that you're avoiding or resisting? And notice what pops up for you. And if there is something you can identify, be it with words or just an energy, that you're either avoiding presence with, or resisting being with, or resisting the existence of, notice where are you holding on to that energy in your body. Just notice. There's nothing to be done. Meditation is a practice of being with. Being with whatever is in your space in a given moment that you're choosing to engage in presence with yourself. So notice if there's any urge to change something or to distract yourself. And the purpose of just noticing is simply and literally to just notice. There's nothing to understand here. There's nothing to fix. There's nothing to change. You don't have to be any different than the space that you are in right now. What if you could relax into everything that you're aware of? What if you can relax into the spaces between the molecules of your body? Breathing deeper. Opening up your ribs even more. Allowing your exhales to be nice and long and gentle and natural. And from this space of presence, I invite you to check in with your priorities. What are your priorities for today? What is it you'd like to accomplish? And any solidities, any solid structures, any standards you might have set around that, to be willing to let it all go now. And if you weren't being distracted, and if you weren't reactive to anything that you're aware of, what will create the most? What would you like to choose? Cool. So with that little check-in with yourself in the middle of the day, I'd love to know what that pops for you. I'd love to know if you have any practices that you have chosen for yourself in your everyday life that sort of like grounds you to your priorities, brings you in presence with what you would like to do, what you would like to create, and allows you to let go of any stickiness to the noise, aka your awareness at any given moment. All right, thank you for joining me. This is how, for just a few minutes, I check in on a lot of the days. I wouldn't say every day, but a lot of the days, and especially on the days when I know it's getting clunky in my space. So let me know how that went for you, and I'll see you on another live tomorrow again. And just to remind you, I'm on a 101-day self-love challenge where I have chosen for myself 5 daily choices, actually sneakily 6 daily choices. And if you want to know more about them, go to my stories, because you'll always find them as long as you're joining me or checking on my stories while I'm on this journey of 101 days. You will always find like my reflection on how it is going and what I did not do, and how I'm navigating. And meditation is a part of that, but not this. It's a different meditation that I do twice every day for 15 minutes. And doing a live every day here on Instagram is another one of my daily 101 days of choices challenge. So tell me if you would like to join me for any of the choices you would like to make for yourself every day. Let me know what that is for you. I'd love to cheer you on. And thank you so much for joining me today. I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.